Right, we're going to play another tune in a minute, but first and foremost, the big talking point in the game in Rugby League, and it's Sam Burgess is trending 3rd worldwide on Twitter. That, Jones, is unbelievable. That's
right,
that's
just
huge.
Translate that for me into real terminology.
Basically, hashtag Sam Burgess or something about Sam Burgess. Basically, the most talked about thing in the world on Twitter. Twitter is the biggest social media site in the world now.
Yep.
The 3rd most talked about subject in the world right now is Sam Burgess.
Right then. So let me ask you a question then. Is that bad for Rugby League? If Sam Burgess, a Rugby League lad from round corner, Dewsbury Moor, right, who could go win a World Cup next year or whatever it is with Rugby Union guys, go get a knighthood off at Queen for winning it, right, and then come straight back up to Alex Simmons' studio for a bit of banter and a laugh, is that bad for Rugby League?
No, it's great. It's great for. Like I said last week, I said, I hope he goes because I think it's a short career. It's a fantastic opportunity, and commercially speaking, it'll be great for him as a person. He'll be on Dancing on Ice in the future. He'll be presenting all sorts in the future. He will be set up for life for playing for England and probably playing for the Lions. And like Stuart Lancaster said today, there's no guarantee he's playing for England at World Cup. That's absolute rubbish. Because there's no way on earth, unless he'd been guaranteed he'll play in the World Cup, would he be signing for Bath, in my opinion. So he's got such a good life in Australia. I've been there, seen it with my own eyes. Why would you give all that up for not playing in the World Cup, to come play Rugby Union and not play in the World Cup? That is, if he hadn't been identified by the RFU, he would not be there. They paid for it. They sorted it out, without a doubt. Good for Sam, because it's an opportunity not many people get. And I think to be honest, he'll absolutely kill it because he's an absolute gentleman off the pitch, and he's got all the charisma that they need in Rugby Union to sell themselves and sell the game. And I think he'll be absolutely outstanding, and he'll look great in chinos.
I totally agree with it.
Yeah, no, from my point of view, I've been, sort of at high points and low points of rugby league, and as I got a little bit older, started to realise that it is a short career, and 1 minute you can be at the top of your game, the next minute, you can be struggling and really finding it hard to get another contract. And if he's in that position, same as what Sonny Bill was, where he can pick and choose where he wants to play, all power to him. I think I can understand where people get a little bit they feel like he's betrayed rugby league and all that sort of stuff. But really, at the end of the day, he's got to do what's best for him and what sets him up for the future.
I've got to ask you, Mitch, being Australian, obviously understanding what the NRL is all about, and until you go there, see it with your own eyes, you don't realise how big a deal the NRL is in somewhere like Sydney, in New South Wales. Now, I've heard all sorts from the South Sydney Rabbitohs fans. What does it mean to them to be losing Sam Burgess?
Yeah, it'll be massive. I think from what it looks like from here, and even when he first came over, it was he became the South Sydney brand. Him and his family, it was Souths, and then it was the Burgess boys, and moved his mum over and everything. So I can imagine the crowd would have got right behind and felt like he was part of the whole product that they were buying into. Him being the main one, to leave, they'll be gutted, and it'll make a big impact on their team. They're going to have to go find someone that can do just as good a job. But
Mitch Achurch.
Yeah, but as I said, he's just got to look after himself, and I think he from what I hear, he hasn't really enjoyed the limelight as much as he could have. He in Australia, rugby league is a little bit like the football over here, and sometimes you get scrutinised a little bit too much, and it does put restrictions on what you can do away from rugby. And I don't think he's enjoyed that as much as he thought he would when he went over. And now this opportunity's come up. You sort of, the same reason I'm here now. You don't want to look back in a few years' time and say to yourself, if I had done that, how would my life have been different? So, I think it's come up, and he's thought about it, and he's decided that's the best option.
I suppose any great athlete like Israel Folau as well. I met him in Sydney, and I had a quick chat with him, and he said the same thing. He can play anywhere, he could do it whenever he wants, and in his short career, he wants to try and do whatever he can for the experience to see what he likes the best. That he's like record breaker. Israel Folau. He's the youngest ever try score, youngest ever everything. He's just a freak. But with Sonny, Sam, and Folau, it's just like You know, you've got three of the best athletes, and I think it's just a great statement for what the skills of rugby league. You know, the skills that this game gives people. I went for dinner tonight at my mum's house, bless her, and she didn't believe that rugby union were a professional game. And I said, and she went, "Are you sure? Are you sure it's professional, Mum?" Believe me, rugby union is professional. No. It's doctor's game. It's professional man's game, but it's amateur. I went, about 15 years ago, 20 years ago, it changed. And she wouldn't have it. And she was saying, no, tell Sam not to go. So she went like, yeah, Mum, I'll get on front of Sam and say, don't go, mate. It's Mum's.
Love them. You've got to love them.
You've got to love them, haven't you?
Absolutely, mate. They're fantastic. They're little angels. But, mate, I think we've all got to get behind him, mate. I'm over it, me moaning about, we're losing another player and blah, blah, blah. If rugby league's not reached its zenith and it's not right up there with rugby union in other games, and I think it's great that we've got fantastic talents, like you say, like Sam Burgess, and it's not like he's just lucky and he's been born talented, he's worked hard. You know, Brian McLennan used to say that good things happen to good people. He's a good bloke, he's got a great family.
Great bloke.
And I'm chuffed to bits for him, and I hope he goes on and does really well and succeeds, because he's always going to be a rugby league man. And the rugby union guys are always going to talk about this kid who's come from rugby league. He's a great advertisement for rugby league. If you're one of them people who wants to sulk about it and moan, then you've got to take... I'm probably preaching at the wrong people here. People listening today are probably the ones that are doing above and beyond their own college duty. But if you're one of those people who's moaning about it, then do something about it. And get rugby league to where it needs to be. And we're all here tonight because we all love it and we want to take rugby league a little bit higher. You could go to Dubai and probably earn whatever you wanted for ages.
£2,100 a week.
Exactly, but you're staying in here. We're staying
here for
around
Jack.
West Leeds in places like Bramley, and we want to just make the game as good as it can be. So all those people out there, you know, take a mate who's never been to a rugby league game. Next week, take a mate to a game, introduce them to it, and see if we can double the amount of people who go to games.
I've got a right idea, right? This is a good idea. Being at Halifax this week, I thought we should do a thing like any Leeds around those season ticket holder, Leeds are away, somewhere miles away, come to Halifax for free just to get the people through the gates. What do you reckon to that idea?
I think you need to get Halifax people. The Leeds ones, I don't know. It's a bit. You have to ask them, I suppose.
Yeah, but it's like you want to watch. If I'm one of these, like if I were Tyre, like a South Stander, you know what I mean, and I wanted to watch rugby and I didn't want to go to bloody London away, I'd love to go somewhere. Honestly, how good is Champion? I couldn't believe how good Championship was. Honestly, I couldn't believe, not skill wise, a certain, but just it were proper. Honestly, you should have a game and just see what it's like, mate. Yeah,
physically it will be. It'll be a bit balmy.
I want to play that.
I think that's the difference, isn't it? The fitness and the moving about.
If you hit like two top teams, it's a free for all. It's just shots after shots, and it's just tough rugby.
Oh mate, they weren't holding back, and the ref didn't really do all about it at all. You're like, you know, on Sky you'd have been penalised. There'd be so many penalties, but there was just nothing. Just get on with it. Like wow.
Sure.
Kevin Pennis played this. He's got a right try. Proper for Swinton.
Is he back at Warrington?
He's at Warrington, yeah, but he's on dual reg, I think, and he scored from their 22. He just ran round everyone so quick, unbelievable, class try. But anyway, we're gonna play another tune, and then we're gonna get these boys. Are you up for the challenge? Are you gonna let him send whatever he wants off your Twitter if you lose?
When he finds my phone on charger, it's off at the minute.
All right, tune time.